Welcome back. On African Scene tonight, President William Ruto of Kenya has issued a stern warning in response to the recent wave of deadly anti-government protests, vowing not to allow what he called anarchy to destabilize the country under the guise of peaceful demonstrations. Speaking publicly for the first time since the unrest intensified, Ruto addressed the nation on Wednesday, declaring enough is enough. He directed security forces to take stronger action to contain the violence, including instructing police officers to shoot in the leg individuals found looting or destroying businesses. The president maintained that public order must be upheld, even as criticism grows over the government's handling of the crisis. The unrest was sparked by the death of a popular blogger in police custody last month, which triggered a nationwide outcry and reignited long-simmering anger over police brutality and perceived government impunity. Public outrage further escalated when a police officer was filmed shooting a protester at close range during a demonstration. What began as isolated protests soon spread across the country, culminating in mass demonstration on June 25th, exactly 1 year after large-scale protests against new tax hikes brought cities to a standstill. That day, thousands of demonstrators poured into the streets in Nairobi and other urban centers to denounce corruption, high living costs, and police violence. In response, police erected roadblocks and sealed off key access routes to the Nairobi city center on Monday, barring non-essential traffic and pedestrians. Clashes between protesters and security forces erupted on the city's outskirts and across 17 of Kenya's 47 counties. Now, according to reports, 31 people were killed in Monday's violence alone, with over 100 others injured and more than 500 arrested. The total death toll from two separate waves of protests in the past 2 weeks has now reached at least 50, fueling alarm both domestically and internationally. On Tuesday, the United Nations High Commissioner for Human Rights, Volker Turk, called on the Kenyan government to address the underlying grievances behind the protests, warning that excessive use of force by law enforcement would only deepen public resentment. His address, President Ruto attributed the unrest to political agitation, accusing his rivals of exploiting national frustrations to foment chaos and destabilize his administration. You can call me whatever names you want to call me, Ruto said defiantly, but I will make sure there is peace and stability in Kenya by all means. He issued a direct warning to opposition leaders whom he accused of attempting to use violence to overthrow the government. This country will not be destroyed by a few people, Ruto asserted. We are a nation governed by the rule of law, and no amount of incitement or lawlessness will be tolerated. Well, as the nation remains volatile, human rights organizations and civil society groups are calling for restraint from both protesters and police, urging dialogue as the only path to lasting peace. Many Kenyans, especially the youth, continue to voice their frustrations over economic hardship, government corruption, and the shrinking space for dissent. Issues, they say, must be addressed if true stability is to be achieved. Well, with this, we head on to the news across the globe.